What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me. Please, y'all see it right here. It says LA Mayor Karen Bass. It's pretty crazy. I didn't know anything about this. If y'all didn't catch the live yesterday, make sure y'all go check out the live. Me and Retro Steph went on live yesterday. It was actually pretty lit. I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely pretty lit. One thing about it is that, we will be going live. More and more. I'm going to start, going on Twitch, live streaming and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like it's definitely some big things coming. But I definitely feel like it's, some things coming that I definitely geeked about. But y'all got Karen Bass right here. It's like I said within the live, somebody had mentioned that, there was a leaked phone call as well as text messages and stuff like that. So we're gonna tap into that. Let's check it out.
And just in terms of my trip, just so you know, I'm missing 2 work days. That's it. And if President Biden extends me an invitation, I took it. And hopefully you can read in between the lines. But I would just appreciate and it's hard for me to tell you this, but hold tight. You will understand soon.
The fact that she says, hold on tight. Hold tight. You'll understand soon. Says here, leaked phone call from January 4th reveals Mayor Karen Bass finning her trip to Ghana while dropping a warning just days before devastating LA fires ignited. That's pretty crazy. I am going to be skipping, through this a little bit and reading as well because they are having, they're playing music behind this. I don't want to copyright it. Literally says basically that she's constantly and my thing is, and I'm gonna show y'all this next. I didn't know. I just thought it was a phone call. I thought it was a phone call, a voicemail, whatever they said it was, and then that was it. I guess there were texts also deleted. As
the situation is very dangerous, and I would never do. I will take the criticism before I do a publicity stunt. And frankly, a press conference at this point in time would just be publicity.
I think the neighbors, the property owners, and the residents. I mean, 41,000 people live within a square mile here.
Yeah.
2 families share a 1-bedroom apartment.
But they want to hear that something is going to be done.
They want to know it's recognized. But they want to know it's recognized.
Exactly. But if I have a choice between that and compromising something, I just have to go along with it. It's not my area of expertise. I want to make sure that you are safe.
That's wild, bro.
And hopefully you can read in between the lines. But I would just appreciate and it's hard for me to tell you this, but hold tight. You will understand soon.
Okay.
That's wild, though.
Okay?
Okay.
And when I am able to talk, I will be happy to go into great detail.
Okay. And you've got me on the street, and you're welcome to call me at any time. I'll call you right back.
No problem. And just in terms of my trip, just so you know, I'm missing 2 work days.
Bro, that's wild, though, y'all. That's wild. Says she needs to testify under oath. I can't speak too much on what I really want to say. Just like the same thing with what happened in Hawaii. You couldn't go too much on and say different things like you wanted to. But I definitely find it completely odd. Says Karen Bass wants you to believe that she didn't delete text messages to destroy evidence on ongoing investigations to the failed response to the wildfires in Los Angeles. See, her phone is just not set to save text messages. Check this out.
Text messages Mayor Bass sent and received about the Palisades fire were not saved. The LA Times says it filed a request for all text messages Bass received about the fires while she was on a trip to Africa, but we're told there were no records of any texts. The mayor's office says Bass's phone is not set to save text messages. despite both state and city law requiring government officials to save official communications. Eyewitness News requested copies of these texts, and our team was not made aware that they were deleted and told any response records would be produced by June.
Y'all see it right there. Like, one thing about it is that you clearly have her lying nonstop. Not only her, but Gavin Newsom as well. And what he got going on. Says Karen Bass finally comes clean about legally deleting her text message surrounding the wildfires response. Says she kidding, she smirks and walks away like always. Check it out.
Karen, can you explain why you deleted your text? That was illegal. You broke the law. Can you explain why you deleted your text, Karen? Can you explain? Don't you think people deserve to know why you illegally deleted your text? That's 2 years worth of text. The law says you have to retain those texts for 2 years, Karen. You can smile, but you can also give an answer. You broke the law, Karen. Karen, you broke the law, and you just smile and keep on walking. And then you use your grandson for cover. You broke the law. What did you do with the text? Recover the text, Karen. Recover.
One thing about it is that they got to do something about this. One thing that I cannot stand, just like I said on my live yesterday, one thing that I cannot stand is that you literally have investigating this person, doing this person. We need to actually see action, bro. Actually see action, because when I tell y'all there are some corrupt individuals in the government, bro, I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all. We was talking about I think it's Steve Hilton. I'm pretty sure his name. I've been checking in to see what was going on with Steve Hilton, but I'm telling y'all, it gotta be some changes. I'm telling y'all. Says she's the worst. She cut the fire department budget, then fired chief. I'm telling y'all, some sick stuff going on with this. It's some very sick stuff. Says Karen Bass makes more than $300,000 a year, lives in a free mansion, gets taxpayer-funded car, driver, and 24-hour security. Says here, Carl makes $22 an hour and has to clean up Karen's mess. Check it out.
I mean, it's like those things. Exactly. It's like the whole point. I think it's just.
It's Karen Bass. Definitely crazy, y'all. Definitely crazy. Says Karen Bass deleted her text messages about the fires when she was overseas. She's just corrupt. I'm telling y'all. Definitely corrupt. This is LA Times. It says here, let's go down here. It says flames erupted January 7th. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. Mind you, this was, I don't think they have the January 4th. That was January 4th on that phone call. Obviously, it's January 7th. Says Los Angeles Mayor Bass was more than 7,000 miles away in Africa. Bass headed home shortly thereafter, was in transit for nearly 24 hours as the fire, did what he did. Definitely sad. I'm not even gonna lie. She said that her lawyer said her phone is not set. Her phone. Oh, no. So it says here her phone is set not to save text messages, supposedly. I know it is like a setting in your phone to where, but I just don't see. It's a lot. I'm not even about to get into that. It's a lot. We're not gonna get into that. It's a lot. Says nearly 2 months later, on Thursday, Bass' office said it had no responsive records, without stating whether it was withholding any records or any reason for not producing the records. So they're just constantly lying about, what's going on with her. It says Bass left Ghana about 9 p.m. On January 7th or 1 p.m. Los Angeles time as the fire grew. Traveling her first leg on a military plane where she was able to make phone calls and communicate text and email. It says earlier that morning she boarded a commercial flight. Washington International Airport would have been to communicate only by email and text before arriving at Los Angeles Airport 11:24 January 8th, according to the flight records. This is wild, bro. It says Los Angeles County Supervisor Catherine Barter said January 8th that she had been texting with Bass the night before until 10:30 which would have meant they were texting as Bass flew from Africa to Washington, D.C. Trust me, she's very engaged, very engaged. So she was texting everybody. Obviously, y'all heard that the voice call. So everybody heard that. And then I mentioned this video. I mentioned this video because when I tell y'all that there are a lot, and I love doing this when it comes to these videos. I actually have, a couple of people that say they like when I do this. I typically, and obviously just Gavin Newsom, definitely, him and Kara Bass, I want to throw this in there. This is California sheriff, basically made a promise to expose Gavin Newsom, for the world to see. This is a 3-minute video. Let's check it out.
My message is, Gavin Newsom, I am going to expose you for the complete fraud that you are, the liar that you are, and you will never, ever be the president of this country. You will never do to the rest of the country what you have done to California. California's problems are completely caused by California government. We have the greatest businesses, we have the greatest people, we have the greatest business minds, the greatest innovators, the greatest creators, the greatest entrepreneurs in the country. We have the 4th largest economy that is artificially propped up to be something good. And the thing that is preventing us from being great, from achieving that California dream that that I came here for, the only thing preventing us is government. Government has its boot on our back, keeping us down with over-regulation, activism, appeasement of activists, instead of taking care of the majority of Californians as a whole. And it's an agenda. It is a complete agenda of making sure that government is in control of all of our lives instead of us being in control of government. And so the only reason I'm doing this is to restore that balance. The balance is supposed to be that government is supposed to be working for us. We are not supposed to be working to increase the size of government. And that's the only reason why California is no longer the greatest state in the country. You can have our politicians say it as much as they want, but we are the laughingstock of the rest of the country. We are the laughingstock of the world. My wife and I were fortunate enough to go to Europe last year, and we had the first night there we splurged. We had an unbelievable dinner with we paid for a sommelier to come and make sure that we learned everything about Italian wine and all of that stuff. The first introductions, where are you from? California. And he laughed and he said, you guys have that crazy governor. And
the fact that somebody else from a different country to say that speaks a lot. I literally have people that's commenting, like literally from different countries, that say it all the time. Like say, "Oh, what's going on there?" It literally shows, and that's sad. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely sad.
We're just looking at each other like, how would someone across the world know that we have a lunatic for a governor? So we started talking about it, and he's like, everyone wants to go to the United States, and it used to be everyone wants to go to California. Here, no one wants to go to California anymore. They'll go to California for Disneyland. That's it. And it's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing that we are no longer the greatest state in the country, and we're still all the same people. We're still all the same businesses. It's our government that has completely changed and brought us to this laughingstock position, and I'm going to take it back. I take some blame for it, because I wasn't standing on the rooftops yelling to everyone that we had to stop this, look what's going to happen. And so while I was concerned with my career, my life, my family, my own home, and making sure that I was secure, I kind of just wasn't paying attention to what government was doing, and now it's affecting everyone. So I will make sure that what I came to California for, my California dream, I will make sure that every kid growing up now has that dream, and even the kids that now are from 20 to 35, that it's impossible for them to make their California dream. I'll make sure that I make up for it, and we return the ability to look at that Gold Coast as the beacon for the rest of the country. And if you're going to make it, you come to California to make it, and you work hard and you'll do it. That has to happen again. And that's really the only reason I'm running for governor.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all can definitely see that other people are obviously tired of Gavin Newsom. A lot of people, out there in California are really tired of Gavin Newsom. I feel like a lot of places are starting to wake up and realize that, and when it comes to everywhere, I feel like they see so many things that's going on around them, around the communities, no matter the race, and they're seeing everything that's going on and realizing, you had this talk, and like I always say, I'm not about to be that person that, oh, wow, I told you this and I told you that. You need to. Sometimes it takes people time, to actually realize, to actually wake up and see, what's really real. I'm telling y'all. But I didn't catch this guy's name. Chad Bianco. I think that's how you say his name. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. But one thing about it is that, he spoke real. He definitely spoke real. Literally says here, California now leads the nation in both unemployment and homelessness. It's definitely sad. I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely sad. Literally just, it's all going downhill in California. Definitely all going down here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know y'all comments, thoughts on this video. Catch y'all next one.